Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about Silent Prey, which is the fourth of the Lucas Davenport series. If you want to see my videos on the first three novels, then click the link above. So the book starts off pretty much shortly after the end of the third book, and Beckel is in jail. And he hates Davenport because he ruined his perfect face at the end of book 3. So he beats his guards and escapes and flees to New York. Meanwhile, Lucas is no longer a cop, and he's become very bored. So while he's been focusing on his games and simulations, he misses the thrills of his old job. But he's called back to the case to find Beckel, so he travels to New York to consult on the manhunt. And Lucas works with Lily again, and like I said in my book 2 review, I'm not a big fan of Lily. I don't know. They have a bunch of more weird sex scenes, and I don't know. But she's also investigating cops who've been killing criminals and mobsters. So this story has two plot lines. And Lucas pretends to be there to catch Beckel, but he's also there to help Lily catch the cops. So he's like internal affairs. He kind of like sneaks in there and kind of tries to find which cops are dirty. And eventually they find the dirty cops, and Lucas and Lily are able to catch Beckel. And that's pretty much the end of the story. And Lucas goes back to Minnesota, and him and Lily part ways, probably for good. I don't know. So here's some observations about this. I liked the internal affairs plot better than the Beckel plot personally. I liked the cops' reasoning of killing career criminals, which is that by killing them, they could stop thousands of crimes that happen in the future. You know, this is kind of a parallel to Lucas because he often takes the law into his own hands himself. But on the other hand, killing criminals like kind of makes you just as bad as the criminals. So it's kind of a nice little thing to think about. But Beckel as a villain for me isn't that interesting. Definitely not interesting enough to have him return. He doesn't have a clear motive besides the fact that he just loves killing, as opposed to the other villains of the series, who kind of had a motive in why they did it. He just likes to kill people. And Beckel's also inconsistent. You know, one scene, he's completely nuts, he's completely crazy, but he's also competent enough to warrant a manhunt. He's able to evade the authorities while also being a total nutjob. It's just kind of inconsistent, you know? Also, since Lucas was in New York, he was out of his element, which was a nice little change of pace. But because of this, he kind of played the sidekick to Lily in this one. I wasn't too fond of this dynamic. You know, I prefer Lucas stay in Minnesota in the next book, because I feel like that's where he's at his best. But I did like this book, you know. John Sanford does a great job of setting up these tense situations while also making Lucas's character more likable with each coming novel. Like, I am starting to warm up to Lucas more and more. I think he's a nice guy now. If a little crazy, he's still a nice guy. So, yeah, this is a short video because, you know, this is a pretty short book. These Lucas Davenport books are much smaller than the Expanse books, or the definitely a Song of Ice and Fire books. So I'm gonna give this a B. It was pretty good. Let me know what you thought about this one in the comments, and I'll be reading the next one sometime. I don't know. I'll probably in 2021. I hope everybody out there has a nice day and stay safe and peace.